guys, Lewis here. Before the episode actually starts, I just wanted to start by breaking down the fourth wall. Episode 11 was actually recorded on the same day as episode 10. I had about an hour long of footage or so. This episode will be mainly base building and base work, so I didn't know if that felt like it would be entertaining for you guys, so I decided to split the episode apart. So in a little bit, you'll be hearing me from a few days ago begin the episode. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, Lewis here, and I'm back with another episode of XCOM Enemy Within. After the results of the last mission, morale is starting to creep back up to its normal levels. Alpha Squad delivered on their revenge and everybody's feeling good. I stopped in on Medbay to check in on Matt and Jason. They're getting out very soon, hopefully, as long as we don't get interrupted again. Richard and Kathy, I believe, are here to visit them today, and it's nice that they're still keeping them company. But let's go ahead and take care of some work. I've been thinking about this for a little while, and it is still early. I mean, we still have about a little more than a week to go into the council meeting, and something could very well happen between then and now, like a mission. But I actually want to take this risk due to our research almost being complete. So we're gonna send our satellite to Brazil, take care of their panic level so they won't be threatening to leave the council anymore.
Satellite launched.
So we've gained the bonus. We have ways from South America, so autopsies and interrogations are completed instantly, which is going to be immense help. The second satellite we're going to be sending to China. I would send it to India, but India only gives 60 per month, whereas China gives 100 per month. Also, why I'm sending it to China is because I want to start working on the Asian continent bonus. So I'm going to go ahead and send this one to China. Now, I know I could have sent satellites to North America.
I'm receiving you. Return to base for debriefing.
Alright, thank you, Bradford. But I could have sent some to North America, but I'm pretty sure they can hold out just for a little while longer. I want to focus on Asia for now. Anyway, so with those satellites in place, we're gonna go ahead and head to Mission Control and start scanning, and hopefully, no interruptions this time.
Commander,
yes!
Our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your orders.
Thank you, Bradford. We finally have our satellites. After so much frustration, we finally have our satellites. You can't see it right now, but I'm doing a dance in my office. Well, calling it a dance is a bit of a stretch. It's more of a shuffle. I can't dance. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at some build facilities. Alright, looks like... Okay, we'll have our axis lift in 4 days. I'm probably going to build a power generator here because I want to prepare ourselves for the next month. We're going to be low on power with what I'm planning to build. So I'm probably going to build a power generator here so I get an adjacency bonus from both of these. But I won't get the bonus from this yet because I haven't built the thermal generator. If I could have built a lyrium generator here, that would have been better. But we'll go with a power generator for now. So let's go ahead and continue our scanning, and hopefully we get more stuff done. It feels great to have stuff done. And our carapace armor is complete, and Matt has returned to active duty. Welcome back, Matt. We missed you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and assign some new research. Alright, so as usual, if you want to read the research reports, you pause the video. Alright, so we now have the ability to create carapace armor for our troops. Better armor, better survival rates. That's what we need. Also, a quick thing I want to say, since we got that we have ways bonus, all of our autopsy and interrogations are, like I said, will be completed instantly. So all of these, I am gonna be going through all of these. So every time I finish one, there's gonna be research. There's gonna be a research report. So I'll do a quick pause. We'll give you some guys to, when it gets to a research report, I'll give you guys some time to pause the video and scroll through it if you guys want to read through it. But there's going to be a lot of research reports. So we're going to start off by interrogating this sectoid. So I'm going to be working with Dr. Valen a lot today. Shall we, Doctor? Oh, the poor little sectoid. You can't do anything in there. Alright, so our interrogation of the sectoid is complete. So we've gained our beam weapons research credit. Now that research credit I don't know if I mentioned it before, but it will cut down on time needed into the beam weapons research. I didn't actually remember how many days it was before, but now it only takes 5 days, so that's quite an improvement. So let's go ahead and continue our interrogations into the Fin Man. Now I have to admit, keeping the Fin Man around the base is very disturbing. It doesn't actually do anything against you, it just stares at you and it's creepy. Alright, so our Fin Man research is complete. Or interrogation, I should say. So we gained our UFO technology research credit, so all of our UFO technology research will cut down, their research time will be cut down, so stuff like the nav computer, which we'll be taking care of later. So let's go ahead and begin on our autopsies. Dr. Valen, kindly begin.
We've made a number of interesting discoveries based on the autopsy results of the alien specimen you brought back. The research team is now referring to this particular variation as a sectoid, based on the unusual structure of its internal organs, which we believe to be the product of genetic manipulation. As we've seen in the field, this species also seems to harbor some sort of telepathic ability.
Yes, like the mind melding. Alright, so we now have the ability to manufacture uplift targeting, which is a aim boost for our interceptors. These are a one-time use, if I remember correctly. I rarely use them, but they're quite nice if you need it against a larger engagement and you know your interceptor is going to need the help. Let's continue with the floater.
Although I'm sure you can make the connection yourself, we've designated this particular specimen as a floater. The research team is continuing in its efforts to determine how the aliens prevented the organic tissue from rejecting the mechanical components, as they seem to work in perfect harmony with one another.
Valen, I'm quite surprised that you forgot about your research in meld. That's precisely how they're keeping it in harmony. Anyway, so our research into the floater is complete, so we now have the ability to manufacture the defense matrix, which is a dodge boost for our interceptors. Also another one-time use. Those boosts actually, however, require the use of their respective corpses, so like that boost needs floaters. Let's continue on with the Fin Man.
The Tall One has, up until this point, been unofficially referred to as the Thin Man. Initial testing has revealed a concerted effort by the aliens to modify this specimen's genetic structure in such a way as to make it appear human. However, on closer inspection, they seem to have had some trouble concealing the eyes, which appear to be reptilian in nature.
Alright, so our Fin Man autopsy is complete. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll through this for you guys. Alright, so we now have the ability to manufacture gas grenades, and we also have access to the muscle fiber density gene mod. The gas grenade, basically, it's a grenade-formed Fin Man poison that our troops can happily throw back at the enemy. Give the gift they've been giving us. The muscle fiber density will show up later in the gene lab. I'll talk about it when we get access to that. Alright, so let's continue on with the chrysalid autopsy. I hate chrysalids.
Based on what we've seen in the field so far, including several grotesque examples of trauma resulting from the emergence of its young, we've taken to calling this specimen a chrysalid.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, if a zombie is allowed to live, another chrysalid will come out of it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and scroll through this again. Alright, so we now have the ability to manufacture chitin plating, needle grenades, and we also have the bioelectric skin available to our gene lab. The chitin plating is basically, it's a melee reduction equipment, as well as providing some extra health for our soldiers. The needle grenade, basically, it's a non-explosive grenade. Say you throw it behind cover with an enemy, it'll impact the enemy, but it won't break the cover. So let's say your soldier was on the other side, he would be fine because it would just hit the cover that the enemy is next to, but not ours. So it's a very tactical grenade. And bioelectric skin, we'll deal with that more in the genetics lab. And lastly, we'll continue with our Seeker autopsy.
Despite its physical appearance, this machine doesn't seem to be made up of any organic components. Its surface has an unusual metallic composition that somehow interacts with the vapors it releases for concealment.
Alright, last one. Alright. Oops, I might have scrolled too fast for you guys. So I'll go by paragraph. There you go. Alright, so we now have the ability to manufacture respirator implants, ghost grenades, and the mimetic skin is available to our gene lab. With the respirator implant, basically it provides our soldiers immunity to the Seeker strangulation or a Fin Man poisoning them. The ghost grenade, basically a grenade that allows our soldier to, well, throw it at each other or allied target and cloak them, which is very useful. Alright, so now that we've ran out of interrogations and autopsies, we're going to go ahead and pick our next research option, which I've already thought about. I'm going to be researching the alien nav computer, because that's going to be very useful. Plus we have the research credit into it, so 50% of the time is cut down. So we're going to start with this. Alright, now with that taken care of, no, I took care of everything I needed in engineering, nothing to build right now. Let's just continue scanning.
Operational.
Alright, so our excavations is complete. We'll go ahead and start our work. We're gonna go ahead and begin our excavations over here. I'm not actually sure I want to build anything over here yet, so I'll leave that unexcavated for now. We're gonna go ahead... Wait, actually no, I'll hold off on the power generator for now, because I want to build that closer to the end of the month. Let me check how many days. 6 days. Alright, I'll wait just a little bit.
Installation is now available over China.
Alright, our satellites are over in place in Brazil and China. Our research into the alien nav computer is complete. So, as usual, you can read the research report again. There's a lot of research report for you guys. I don't know if this is entertaining. But, either way, we have the satellite Nexus available for construction. It's basically an upgraded version of a satellite uplink. It's much more expensive and requires more engineers, but it's well worth the investment. So we'll get to building that probably sometime next month, because I know for sure we don't have the amount of engineers for that on site. We're going to go ahead and start our research into the skeleton suit, because that's a very nice utility armor. Let's see, let's check back on our schedule. Council report is in 6 more days. We'll go ahead and actually get started on our cybernetics lab. See what happens when we aren't interrupted. Look at how much work we're getting done. Oops, I ended the scanning too soon. I accidentally hit escape. Alright. Now that escape, however, was intentional, because I wanted to build the power generator. When a building is in the midst of, when it's not done building yet and it passes a month, you don't have to pay the maintenance cost for it. So it's essentially a nice way to get around that. I was going to plan to do that with the Axis Lift and Genetics Lab, however, I think it's more beneficial at this point to have everything ready at that point. So that's why I decided against it. So let's see, with our genetics lab done in 3 days, I want to talk about this real quick. With the genetics labs, several of you have already sent me messages, private, via comments, etc. Some of you have volunteered for the genetics training, and I have your names, well, all wrote down on little pieces of paper here. I actually have a little hat, and I'm going to be pulling names out. So once we get to that, that's how I'm going to be deciding who gets what.
Facilities operational.
Alright, with our genetic lab done, let's go ahead. Oops, did I want to do that? Well, I could excavate over there, but I don't really feel like I need to right now. Yeah, I'll leave that for now. We'll head over to research.
Commander, the genetics lab is now prepped and fully staffed. We can begin genetic modification of our soldiers on your order.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start adding our volunteers. This facility will be the nerve center of
our genetic modification program. Our soldiers will receive entirely new capabilities, making them more effective on the battlefield than ever before. As we improve our understanding of alien genetics, the range of available modifications will expand.
Alright, so let me go ahead and pull out the first name here. And it is John. Alright, well, I would prefer not having our top sniper in here so early, but well, I pulled your name, so we're gonna do that. So John, we're gonna be sending you into the gene mod, so we can choose multiples at a time. Each body part, these 5 categories, you can have one gene mod applied to it. You can switch them back and forth if you so choose, but you have to pay for the extra cost. So in this case, we're gonna... I don't want to keep John too long in here just in case a mission comes up. So we're going to give him an eye gene mod for now. So we can choose between hyper-reactive pupils, which gives a +10 aim on any shot after a miss, or depth perception. Now I feel depth perception is much better suited for our snipers because it gives us a height the +5 aim and 5% critical chance when he has a height advantage. So that's perfect for John. So we're gonna go ahead and confirm the gene implants. So that's gonna cost us 15 credits and 5 meld. We're finally putting those meld canisters to use.
I'll have the selected volunteer sent to surgical prep immediately. Once the genetic modification is complete, I will notify you directly.
Thank you, Dr. Valen. Feel free to swing by the office anytime. Anyway, let's see, oops. I actually forgot about this.
The meld substance has been enormously valuable in advancing our theories on genetic modification. So far, we've been limited to the augmentation of existing human organs. With the latest autopsy results, we now have the option of incorporating alien physiology into our genetic enhancement programs. It may be asking too much of our soldiers. They will be even more capable on the battlefield.
That is true. They are making a sacrifice for that extra edge. But, like I just noticed, I actually forgot to change the nicknames due to your file. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So, Cole, you're more commonly known by Seraph around the base. Quite appropriate, too. And actually, Mike, I almost forgot about you as well. We're gonna go ahead and get that changed as well. You are more fondly known around the base as Brosidon. The Brosidon. Alright. Anyway, so with that taken care of, let's get back to the gene lab and get our other 2 volunteers in. Let's see, who's the next one? And it is Nicole. Alright, we're getting... Okay, our supports are going in now. Jason, you're back with us, so... You guys better not have a crazy celebration down there. The last time that happened, we were cleaning up for days. Alright, so I've actually been thinking, since Jason is back, we need to give him extra time to get caught up. So I'm gonna get Nicole into the gene mods. We're gonna actually apply 2 gene mods to her just to give us the extra additional days of Jason out on missions. We're gonna give her the hyper-reactive pupil, so every time she misses, she'll get a +10 aim on the next shot, so that's very useful. In addition, we're also gonna give her a gene mod into the legs. We either have muscle fiber density, which basically allows our troops to have the same leg strength as a thin man, so they can jump on top of rooftops if they so choose. The other one is adapted bone marrow. Basically, wound recovery time is reduced by 66%, which is really huge. And that stacks with the rapid recovery perk. But in addition, the soldiers regenerate an extra 2 HP blip, as you would see. So they regenerate health every turn when they're damaged. but this only goes up to their max without armor. So in this case, I believe it's 7, would be 7 for Nicole. This is not really the best for classes like supports or snipers. I'd rather have this on frontline troops, more so on the wound recovery time, because later on the 2 HP is really negligible. But it's really nice on our frontline troops that are taking the hits more often. But we're going to go ahead and give Nicole the muscle fiber density. So that's going to cost us 75 credits and 30 meld.
Excellent. We'll begin prepping the candidate for surgery immediately. I will notify you when the genetic modification process is completed.
Alright, and last volunteer for now, that is Sam. Alright, we're getting Sam into there now. Alright, so we're gonna give her the hyper-reactive pupils. Now this is very beneficial for Sam because she has the bullet swarm. So let's say she misses her first shot, she now gets a +10 aim for her second shot since she's got bullet swarm. So that's gonna be a no-brainer. We're also gonna give her adaptive bone marrow since she is technically one of our frontline troops. So that's gonna cost us 45 credits and 20 meld.
Thank you, Commander. I'll have the volunteer prepped and ready for surgery shortly. I'll send word when the procedure is complete.
Thank you. Alright, so with that taken care of, there's nothing I want to do in engineering right now as of yet because our construction is still in process. We're reporting to the council in a little bit, so let's go ahead and get to that.
Excavation complete. Incoming transmission.
We are extremely impressed with the progress of the XCOM project thus far, Commander. Your recent results were beyond our expectations, and that is not a statement this council makes lightly.
Thank you, Council. So we got our monthly report in for April. We got an A. We completed 2 council missions, shot down a UFO, stopped the terror mission, stopped 2 abductions, launched 3 satellites, completed 12 research projects, and raided 2 UFOs. We got a monthly reward of 812 credits, 2 scientists, and 6 engineers. That's gonna be great.
Remember, we will be watching.
Alright, so let's go ahead and head over to engineering real quick.
The new engineers arrived this morning, Commander. We're always glad to have more help down here.
And let's head over to the build facilities. Our satellite uplink will be running in 5 more days. I've been thinking of actually getting a foundry ready. Foundries will basically allow us to upgrade our current equipment to better status. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna go ahead and start our foundry building. And the cybernetics lab and the foundry will both count. We'll have a adjacency bonus, so we'll get some rebate on our projects.
At this point, a foundry would certainly help us further hone the effectiveness of these new weapons and equipment. I'd recommend we get started on construction sooner rather than later.
Way ahead of you, Dr. Shen. Alright, so in the meantime, with our new satellite uplink almost done, we're going to get the satellites ready for it. In this case, I don't want to build too many satellites right now, because it still is a bit costly, and the more engineers we'll have, the more cheaper, as you know. So we'll build 3 for now, enough to support the next one. So those will be arriving in 20 more days. We could start building our armor, but I'll take care of that in just a little bit. Actually, another thing I do want to look into right now. I am thinking of building some Phoenix cannon to upgrade our interceptors a little bit. While the missiles are better at long range, they tend to miss, and these Phoenix cannons will put our interceptors at greater risk by closing in on the enemy. We might need it. So we're going to go ahead and make 3 of these. Alright, that takes care of that. So let's head to the hangar real quick and equip
When selecting a specific jet within the hangar, you can choose to modify its current weapon loadout to best serve our needs.
Normally I would rather hold out for better interceptor weaponry, but I think this will be better in the short run. Alright, with that taken care of, is there anything else I want to build right now? I can easily make the carapace armor. It's instant build. Some of these I do not want to build right now because they are still a bit pricey. Research into the skeleton suit will be done in 3 more days, so that will be very nice.
I've already put the new recruits to work in the lab.
Actually, how many engineers do we need for that satellite nexus? Alright, we need 8 power, which I believe that power generator will provide just enough for us. We need 35 engineers. We got the credits, we got everything else. So we just need the power and the engineers. We have 36 engineers, so we need 8 more. No, 8? No, 9 more. Sorry, miscounting. Alright, so let's go ahead and scan for some more activity. Well, our Ravens are armed to the teeth with their new Phoenix cannons, and our power generator is complete.
Power generator complete.
Alright, carry on. And it looks like our first batch of gene modding is complete. Actually, no. Only John is complete right now because I gave Nicole and Sam 6 days of gene
We are on the
modification.
threshold of a new kind of warfare. Our soldiers were already humanity's best warriors.
As if John wasn't accurate enough with his sniper, now he's even more accurate.
Now, as we learn from our fallen enemies, we can make their strengths our own.
Very nice. Alright, so with the first of our soldiers gene modded, they now get a new set of armor. Strangely enough, I don't actually like this armor design. It forces the soldiers kind of have like a sleeveless design of their the current armor they're wearing. But in the meantime, because of this though, I'm going to impose my own what's the word? Customization, so that I can better denote what your purpose is. So in this case, we are gonna give John this deco option here, as this is what I'll use to denote snipers on the team. Alright, so with that taken care of, actually, we do have some medals that I want to award. They're doing nothing right now just by sitting around. So we're gonna go ahead and start awarding some of these medals. This defense medal, I'm going to reward it to Jason actually for his actions in the mission he was wounded in. He's been out for a long time, and plus he needs the extra defense. We can't have him in the med bay again. So congratulations, Jason. Welcome back to active duty. Alright, so with that taken care of, let's go ahead and... Actually, we haven't done anything with the Defender's Medal yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and assign the power. So we can choose between never panic as a result of allies getting wounded or killed, or med kits and restorative mist heal 2 HP more when used on this particular soldier with the medal. This is nice, but I would prefer not to waste something on just panic or getting wounded for one soldier. There's other stuff for that, and I wouldn't want them panicking in the first place. So we're gonna go with the medkits and restorative mist. So we're gonna select that, and because of that ability, we are now gonna name this the medic, as if they were calling for a medic. We're gonna award this to our more frontline troops, as they will most likely require the healing. So we're gonna award this. Should I? Choices. Decisions. Commander, I need a decision. We'll award this to Kyle. All that jumping through windows, he's eventually gonna get into some serious injuries. Alright, congratulations, Kyle. Put that medal to good use. Alright, we still have 2 more medals, the ICU and another defense medal. Actually, let's see. Who would benefit the most next? Kyle already has that ability to get more defense the more enemies he sees. I believe JP also as well. Mike already has that medal. Michael could use that. You know what? I'm gonna give this medal, award this medal to John. Having more defense as a sniper is gonna make him even more difficult to dislodge from cover. Alright, John, put that metal to good use. And lastly, we have the other ICU medal. We are gonna award this to one of our other snipers. It's between Richard and Kathy. Before I award this medal, I'm gonna go ahead and look at their dossiers real quick and see who's more deserving. Let's see. Let's check Kathy. So her aim is 75, not bad. Richard is also 75. Dang, I was hoping for a difference so I could choose easily. Will 46. Will 47. Okay, Kathy is a little more stronger willed than Richard. This is a tough decision. I don't know who to award this one. Alright, this is the most weird way I've awarded a medal before. Where's a coin? Do I have a coin around here? Where's a coin in my own office? Oh, here's one. I found a coin. Alright, so heads, we reward this to Richard. Tails, we reward this medal to Kathy. It's tails. Alright, looks like Kathy gets the medal. Alright, congratulations, Kathy. Put that to good use. Alright, with those medals out there, and not sitting around being useless, we have a better chance with our troops even more. So let's go ahead and continue scanning. Hopefully we'll get a mission soon. And our skeleton suit is complete, so we can begin manufacturing of those. We're getting so much done now. It's probably to make up for all those times we've been interrupted. So we can manufacture our skeleton suits. They're very nice utility armor. We're gonna go ahead and get started on our beam weapons because we need better weaponry overall. So we're gonna get started on that. I don't know if I should send someone to the gene lab now. Well, how much credits do I have? 396. Okay, I'll hold off on more gene mods for now. We don't want to use up all of our money and meld in one place. Scan for some more activity.
Satellite uplink
Our
complete.
satellite uplink is complete. That's very nice. Oops, I meant to hit assign new construction so I can see my options. I could excavate some more. Get some extra room going. Or I could start expanding downwards to get to this thermal generator. I think I might do this next month. For now, I guess I'll expand this way. Should I? I don't know. It's cheaper to expand up here. No, I'll hold off. Hopefully it's the right decision. And our cybernetics lab is complete. Alright, great. Now I gotta get my other list of volunteers.
Cybernetic enhancement facility online.
Alright, so with that taken care of, let's go ahead and visit the cybernetics lab then.
The soldiers who volunteer for mech trooper augmentation sacrifice much, but they do not leave themselves entirely behind. A mech trooper will be able to apply some of the training and knowledge from his or her previous combat specialty to the cybersuit's operation.
And that's just what we want. Now this
facility,
really calls for the ultimate sacrifice.
Mechanized exoskeletal cybersuits, or mechs, and implant our soldiers with the cybernetic interfaces they'll need to deploy these mechs onto the battlefield.
Once again, unlike gene modding, I don't mech training and augmentation is a lot more pricier. So therefore, I'm gonna do this a lot slowly than the gene modded one. Let me pull out the first volunteer that volunteered for the mech trooper training and augmentation, and it is Mike. All right, Mike, we're getting you prepared for your augmentation. So since he's a heavy, there are 4 types of mech troopers, and they gain their ability inherited on their base ability. So since Mike was a heavy, he gets the body shield ability, which is the nearest visible enemy suffers -20 aim, which is very nice. So this is going to cost us another 10 credits and 10 meld to augment him.
We'll consult with Dr. Vahlen for the requisite amputations and begin installing the cybersuit interfaces as soon as possible.
Thank you, Dr. Shen. Keep posted. Alright, with that taken care of, let's go ahead and scan for some more activity. Oh, it looks like more of our gene modding is complete.
Infusing the bone marrow with meld will allow our soldiers to regenerate combat wounds while on the battlefield.
Alright, looks like that was Sam's gene modification.
To the muscle and bone structures in the lower body will allow our soldiers to jump well
And that
beyond
was
natural
Nicole's.
human capabilities.
Alright. Our foundry is complete. We are getting so much done. I'm very, very happy about this.
Foundry online.
Let's go ahead and assign some new construction. We'll head to the foundry real quick.
First time in the foundry? It's not the prettiest, but some of our more interesting projects will certainly benefit from the adjustments made down here.
Alright, so here we can make various improvements to our equipment, such as the medkits, the pistols. We could also get stealth satellites, which will be useful, but we don't have the stuff for that right now. However, these can be pretty costly, like the tactical rigging. It's very useful. Basically, all soldiers will be able to carry 2 equipment instead of 1, but it costs us 200 credits. We're gonna leave these for now. Is there anything else I need to start expanding again, but I don't want to start using money, or at least too much of it. I could start working on a laboratory, but I want to save the power for our Nexus. We'll start an additional expansion. We'll start an expansion over here. Get that ready for us. And our beam weapons is complete. Look at how far we've come in just a couple of days. So our research into the beam weapons are complete, so you can read the research report. So we now can manufacture laser pistols and laser rifles. We also have an improved pistol project ready in the foundry. Alright, with those taken care of, let's go ahead and we can start working on the more advanced laser weaponry, or we can look into some of these. I'm going to work with precision lasers. As I said, I want to start working on our weaponry a lot more, so we're going to go with our precision lasers. Oh, we have an abductions report. I was wondering when we would get something.
Commander, we've picked up multiple requests for assistance. Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
Alright, so Mexico is offering us, they have a panic rating of 4, the mission is very difficult, and they're offering us another recruit, a heavy. United Kingdom is offering us 4 engineers. They have a panic rating of 1, it's moderate difficulty. And South Africa, also panic rating of 1, they're offering us 4 scientists. Let's analyze this in the situation room. Alright, so if we let Mexico panic, that would put the United States and Canada into full-blown panic. Well, pretty much North America will completely go full panic at that rate. I might have to divert satellites there. We can have free satellites there, and it depends on how fast we can get our satellite nexus, which probably won't be until next month. At the same time, I don't want these 4 getting panicked, because then we'd be spreading our attention too much. Africa is fine, they can afford it. But by doing so,
I remember when all we heard about were flying saucers. The aliens certainly have come a long way.
by doing so, that would mean we would have to focus on the North America continent more than our Asia. I'll have to think about this more. For now, I'll leave it here. So that's it for episode 11 of XCOM Enemy Within. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.